if I actually had to go into a fight, I wouldn't mind taking the three of them with me, man. So, देखने में भी is a formidable lineup, man, including one of the taller ladies in the middle. So, thank you so much for joining me, Nikita. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Harshu, thank you so much for joining me. And Ehan, we're meeting for the first time, brother. But
thank you.
But great to see you all, and congratulations on a brilliant trailer. But we'll come to that a lot later. This is a very accomplished lineup, also, huh? So, we have a Filmfare Award winner with us. There you raise your hand, brother.
Thank you
right
so
out
much.
over there. And a few years to go. We have a lady who's, well, how should I say this? Became like a sensation across the country a few years ago. We all remember that, don't we? With Kabir Singh, and of course, it continued forever. And it continued and continued and continued. You, when you have that one big hit in your life, no, forever you shall be compared to that film, which is what is going to happen with you, Nikita. But it's a good thing only. It's all
I
a good
don't know
thing.
if it's a good or a bad thing.
No, I think it's a good thing because you will continue to do all the other works. It's like a little base. So you can continue to do all your other work.
Yeah.
But it will forever be a lovely chapter with 300 plus crores in your name.
Right. That's a great way to look at it. Thank you.
Yeah. Just never become like Karun Nair, the Indian batsman who scored 300 and then never played for India again. So that's the only thing we don't want you doing. And with him also. Till today, every time you'll play a Sanam Teri Kasam, it'll happen with him only. He may have done 100 films thereafter, but it doesn't really matter, brother. Thank you so much for joining me again.
Thank you.
So, like I said, the accomplished lineup. But because
nice
I'm
introduction, yeah.
But it's true, man.
Beautiful introduction.
I haven't gone into her Miss India and all those kind of things also because she's anyway tall. Because अगर इंडिया में कोई लंबा होता है या तो basketball या model.
Yeah.
है ना?
Yeah. दोनों की हैं. I literally gained height because of playing too much basketball.
I have to ask you this.
Yeah.
Did your parents make you hang on the hoop to get longer?
No. I really wish sometimes they would have. Because I remember when I'd gone into Miss India, at that time there were girls who were much taller than me, who were like 5'9" and all. So I used to feel a little short. And I used to come back home and tell my parents, I'm like, I could have just been a little more taller. I quit playing basketball when I was in 10th grade. I should have played it for longer and I would gain more height. But yeah.
You're also very tall, brother. Were you also hanging? Bachpan mein? Even he's very tall.
No, but I used to climb on trees. I don't know, because I have like a pomegranate tree in my house.
Wow.
I have grapes. So I used to really climb on trees. My father used to get really scared.
Wow.
That someday I would fall.
That seems more like what Harsh would like to do. Climb on trees and hang on trees and all.
Yeah, but I think हम लोगों को किस्मत ने लटकाया बहुत है. इसलिए हम लोग की height.
Brother, क्या ये बहुत बढ़िया line मारी है इसने. So Harsh actually, because I've known for so many thousands of years, he's a very deep thinker also, and I think you've become very comfortable being in your skin, living in this world of Bollywood also. You'll have a van outside, but he'll still be sitting in his
Kappa van.
Which is now.
Yeah.
But prior to that, he'll sit in his Jeep also, and before that, he'd sit on his bike. So I think it's, you found comfortable space now in Bollywood. Of course, with Vijay Nambiar, with the films, it just is a completely different world also. But otherwise, have you found your space now or no?
You're so right. Actually, deep down inside I've always looked for, I think everyone looks for that safe place where you feel belongingness. वो यहाँ पे बहुत कठिन होता है क्योंकि actually एक अलग इंडस्ट्री है. And you have to follow the norms. और खासकर जो norms follow नहीं कर सकते उनके लिए बहुत difficult होता है. But thanks to people like Bijoy sir, जो मुझे दूसरी बार जिन्होंने बुलाया काम करने के लिए. Thanks to people like T-Series, जिन्होंने तीसरी बार मुझे मौका दिया. So comfortable नहीं बोल सकते, but मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि चलो मैं अगर पार्टीज में नहीं भी जा रहा हूँ तो भी ये लोग मुझे काम दे रहे हैं. अगर मैं वो चीज़ें नहीं कर रहा हूँ जो एक स्टैम्प लग चुका है कि ये करना ही पड़ता है, तो भी ये लोग मुझे काम दे रहे हैं, तो थोड़ा सा सुकून सा लग तो रहा है.
But your Instagram is a thirst trap. पूरे दिन कपड़ों के बिना he's roaming around. I love it. It actually does work, Do you think that Instagram can be an alter ego for every artist in Bollywood?
Of course.
It is.
There's no second question. Why are we putting it out there?
No, but alter ego मतलब जो बिल्कुल नहीं कर सकते हैं real life में शायद.
Yeah, but that's because you don't have to do it live, right? You can do it and then put it out there. That's what I say. Like, I mean, if today you tell me to work out in front of, say, 100,000 people, in like a really sexy gym outfit, I'll literally think twice. But if I have to take a video and I have to put it out there, it's by हाथ का खेल.
But I remember asking Govinda sir this. I said, sir, 2,000 लोग आपको देख रहे हैं, ये स्कॉटलैंड में आप कूद रहे हो ऐसे कलरफुल. अरे सलेल, इसी के लिए तो मैं जीता हूँ. I asked Shahrukh sir this. He said, no, if there was nobody there, I would not dance. तो इनका उल्टा है. You'd feel conscious?
No, not that way.
Would you feel
Not that way.
conscious?
I'm talking about something that you do on Instagram. There's a difference here. For the camera, you tell us वो तो हम कहीं भी कुछ भी कर देंगे. That's not the problem.
Yeah, actually, Instagram is
is a different world altogether. Yeah.
Are you comfortable with the social media world and putting an alter ego or your own self out there?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable. Like I feel like it's a source of information, and every day when we wake up, we are updated with the new information. We get to know a lot about scandals. We get to know a lot about weather changes, everything. So I mean, I love using my phone. In fact, I'm pretty much addicted to using my phone when I'm not doing anything. I feel like it's the greatest source of information, and I'm always updated with the world.
Are you a Candy Crush boy?
I used to.
Yeah.
But I do play a lot of PlayStation. Like I'm a FIFA 24.
Yeah. I have children, so I can only do a 3-minute game, which is Candy Crush. But
I would like to add to what something that he said. तो मेरी proper जो education थी वो नहीं हो पाई थी क्योंकि घर से मैं भाग के मैं actor बनने आ गया था. तो Instagram मेरे जो अगर आप followers देखेंगे तो मैं इंडस्ट्री से ही नहीं मैं इंडिया से ही किसी को फॉलो नहीं करता.
Really?
कोई भी बड़े से बड़े लोग नाम सबको पता है किसी को भी जिनके साथ मैं काम भी कर रहा हूँ किसी को भी. तो मेरे लिए इंस्टाग्राम हैज़ बिकम माई एजुकेशन प्लेटफॉर्म. मेरे फॉलोइंग में आप देखेंगे सारे जो लोग लाइफ के बारे में या तो बात कर रहे हैं, सिनेमाटोग्राफी के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, कैमरा, डीओपीज, कलरिस्ट, डायरेक्टर्स, फिटनेस एंथुजियास्ट, बॉडी हैक जो कर लेते हैं, जो लोग कैंपिंग ज़्यादा करते हैं, कैंपर वैन वाले लोग, मोटरसाइकिल एंड कारपेंटर्स. तो मेरी पूरी लिस्ट. तो मैं जब स्क्रॉल कर रहा होता हूँ मुझे कोई इंडिया का एयरपोर्ट लुक नहीं दिखता है. मेरे को सिर्फ ये सारी चीज़ें दिखते हैं और आई फील एनरिच्ड आफ्टर लीविंग माई इंस्टाग्राम कि चलो कुछ सीख के. और मैं कुछ नोट कर रहा होता हूँ हमेशा उसमें से, कबर्ड पे कुछ लिख रहा होता हूँ, कुछ मैंने नई चीज़ सीखी होती है उसमें से.
बट इसका फोमो बहुत कम होता है, बिकॉज आई नो हिम सो वेल तो है. बट इट्स नॉट सो इजी फॉर एवरीवन टू डू दैट आउट देयर. बट what is tougher is to do what you did, brother, with your debut film, winning a film fair, coming out there, getting out. You're literally pushed out there.
Yeah.
जिंदगी में कुछ भी ना करो ना, वो black lady घर पे रहेगी. You understand? It's just something else that you start off really big also. Are you constantly comparing yourself also and your own aspirations? Because you would not have expected it to come right at the beginning. No. And now that it has, are you tougher on yourself?
No, I would like to start for this film, I actually trained in piano. I went to Chennai to train in piano for a period of over 1 year. And I went to LA. I was living in Rahman sir's house. He sent me to do theatre with Bernard Hiller. And I was there for a couple of months. I was doing theatre there. And I realized, this is my introduction to film. So this is how people, you don't even have to spend a single penny. And everything for you is taken care of.
Wow.
This is how you are introduced to the world because it's A.R. Rahman, the great.
Yeah.
And it was a constant drive in my head to literally live the life of the character because it all started with me learning the instrument and that's what my character was doing. He was a musician. I kind of became a musician. And then if you see the second latter part of my film, you will see I go through a space of void and I'm always in grief. So to achieve that kind of realism, I refused being in my vanity. I sat on the floor for 10, 12 days. We were shooting that. I ate dal chawal just to get in the skin of the character. And at one point, I was shooting with Manisha ji. I was shooting a scene where the character is leaving the rehabilitation. And after the scene, I went back and I'm crying. And I was crying and my director came to me and he said, "Why are you crying? You don't have to cry in the scene." And I told him, it feels like I was living here in this facility and now I'm leaving it. It feels so real. It was not even my scene going on. To my surprise, I don't know if it has a fan base or not, my film, but when I was called for a film fair, and they literally called me twice, and I don't know why, I couldn't sense it, because I was not associated with any agency that time. So I went along with my friend, and I was shocked.
Oh, so you were totally surprised.
You know what I was doing? I was actually having coffee with my friend outside. And I don't know, it was a divine intervention to be there at the right time. Otherwise, they would have said, "Oh, he's not here, so we'll send it home."
Man, that would have been something.
That would have been something else. Yeah. And I was just sitting there, I'm looking at my friend, I'm like, what? I don't even have a speech. I thought they're calling me because the film was nominated for background music A.R. Rahman, and sir was traveling in US. I thought they want me to collect the award
on his behalf. Okay.
And I thought if I had made any speech, it was regarding Rahman sir. He's talented, he's a genius, and that's what I thought. So I didn't know how to articulate the words to tell the people that how I feel. But now I want to tell how I feel about it.
Yeah.
When it happened, I just want to tell people that I come from a mountain. You know, Kashmir, a small town. And if the boy from mountain could dream this big of winning an award like that, like going on those stairs and looking at the whole Bollywood, the people that have inspired him, if I could do it, you could do it.
Wow.
And it's my everyday constant drive to not just settle there. Like, the journey had just begun. And that's my constant drive to perform so well in every film that, because I love awards, why not?
Yeah.
It's right there in my bedroom right now. Every morning I wake up and it motivates me.
Brother, beautiful, man. It's you live for moments like this, and sometimes it happens very early in your career. And wow, kudos to you, man. And
Thank you so much.
I'm glad that we could give you a bit of an outlet over here also to speak about it. It's awesome. Wow, it almost feels like we're coming from there and then we're coming to a realistic world of a film. Do awards mean a lot to you as well? In your case, I think because you come from a defense background, also. You tend to normalize things. I come from an army background as well,
Is it so?
Yes,
I didn't know about
my
that.
grandfather, everybody.
Yeah.
And the others are in the police, and somebody's a lawyer.
Right.
So I'm the
because
odd
that's a similar case with me.
Yeah.
Everybody in my family is in the armed forces.
and I'm in this world. So they said, really? But you tend to normalize certain things. I remember going to Ladakh once and there was shelling going on. And
Right.
I said, there's shelling. He said, pehle wo karenge, phir hum karenge. It's just a normal discussion.
Correct.
Let's have lunch first.
Yes.
Is that how you also view your career? Abhi 300 crore ho gaya, okay. Let's move on to the next one.
I wish I could say that.
Yeah.
But I don't take numbers and awards that seriously. Honestly, if I would take it so seriously, I would be disheartened and demotivated. I don't think I need to do that. And very earlier in my career, I kind of realized small things like Instagram comments, your likes on Instagram, how well your film is doing, what are people saying. These things should really not be taken to heart. And I'm not saying like suddenly I'm this, God-sent person.
Enlightened person.
No, I actually suffer, and that made me learn this lesson.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been...
Really? You were trolled?
I was terribly trolled. A show of mine had abruptly shut down because I wasn't keeping well. I was down with leptospirosis, and I still remember getting like death threats and getting like death wishes on my on Instagram. And it's not like 2 or 3; it was in abundance because people were so upset that happened because of me, and that really, really affected me. This is like about 8 years ago.
That was a TV show.
That was a TV show.
Yes.
But I remember when I kind of got out of that, there was all sorts of news that went around, and not just between people, but even between the industry people. There were talks that, oh, something went wrong here and all, and you know how it affects your work.
Of course.
I think that made me so strong, and the lesson I learned because of that. Today, anything even big I've realized doesn't affect me that much. Like I've become a little stone cold towards these things.
You got a film coming out that, by a director who's... I've always loved his different way of looking at things.
Yeah.
Okay? So you look at Shaitan. We were just discussing David also a while back also.
Right.
One of the only directors who will actually decide to make multiple films, or at least put it all together, where some characters aren't even speaking in that.
Yeah.
Neil Nitin Mukesh wasn't speaking in that also. Very different perspective. And it's not necessarily a very large commercial perspective every time.
Right.
कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं जो अच्छी फिल्में बनाते हैं जो उनके हिसाब से सही फिल्में होती हैं.
Correct.
So are you coming into this purely for that your acting chops बहुत सही हो जाएंगी? You'll get a great role to do.
But that was the primary reason of saying yes to this. I didn't see, like, for me, it did not matter who was opposite me. I remember that time only Harshvardhan was locked. He was not locked at that time. But it really didn't make a difference. I knew I wanted to be a part of it once I heard it. And I know his sense of cinema is brilliant. We've all seen that.
Yeah.
I mean, I had just entered college when Shaitan came out. And I remember going and watching it. We were like blown at that time. We came out
Something
of the
else it was,
theaters. It had blown our minds. So I think keeping that in mind, I felt like being a part of this because I really hope that I can have the same effect on people that I had when I watched Shaitan.
Yeah, with you also, I think you've picked up a certain type of cinema that you like doing also. बड़ा भी होता है, but it's great performance oriented. पता है एक actor को box office तो बात की बात होती है, but you want to perform like he was saying also. You want to be able to perform very well. All the films that you're doing, there's a lot of performance scope. That you must be very proud of also.
I think I'm overcompensating for bad acting. I'm very capable of giving very bad performances. It all depends on my director. Even today, if there's a director who's not interested in taking out performance from me, I can promise you I'm capable of giving bad performances.
But why?
है वो भगवान ने gift दिया है.
No, but I relate to him. This is director's actor.
Yeah.
The term is director's actor. You kind of want to be little finger held and led around. Yeah.
But obviously, क्योंकि कहानी उनकी है, vision उनका है. He knows you're not shooting linear. कभी पहली scene, कभी आखिरी scene. I guess obviously everybody knows that by now. So those mannerisms that he'll pick. But Bijoy is a person over there. It's not like he's done 100 films. How is he on set? Is he like, what's the atmosphere on set with him? Because you're a repeat customer.
Yes, repeat customer. Actually, there's a story behind it also. I'm third time. He doesn't know he cast me first time. So एक बहुत लंबी कहानी है, कभी और बताऊँ. ऑन सेट मुझे पहली वाली फिल्म में मैं तो पहले शॉक हो गया कि ये कैसा लुक है और ये कैसा, ये कॉर्नरोज ऑन रोज. तो मुझे उस समय वो फील हो रहा था शायद जो एहान को इस फिल्म में फील हुआ होगा. लेकिन इस फिल्म में आई हैड सरेंडर्ड. मुझे एक बड़ी पेरेंटल वाइब उनसे आई. मुझे लगा ये ऐसा मेरे साथ हुआ नहीं है लाइफ में कि आई नो समबडी विल टेक केयर ऑफ मी. वो फीलिंग मुझे पता नहीं है. ऑलवेज वॉचिंग आउट फॉर योर सेल्फ, ऑलवेज ऑन द लुक आउट, ऑलवेज क्या करना है. सो वो फीलिंग मुझे, वो सुकून बिजॉय सर की सेट पे मिलता है. मुझे लगता है कि लंबे बाल सर के विजन में है, कर्ल वेव्स सर को सही लग रहा है, सही दिखेगा. नोज रिंग लड़का ओके रफ लड़का है, नोज रिंग एटीवी चला रहा है. अच्छा कॉलेज में ये एक वाइट एप्रन भी पहन के कुछ सीन्स मछुआरों के साथ, ऑल हिज. तो वो आई होप एंड विश ऑल एक्टर्स गेट सच डायरेक्टर्स जो उनकी खामियों को दबा के. और मैं देखता हूँ ट्रेलर तो ही इज़ ऑलवेज केप्ट द बेस्ट टेक्स. ये बहुत बड़ी क्वालिटी है. आई फील कि आई स्टिल कैन ऑब्वियसली, बट मैं इतने सारे फिल्मों परफॉर्मेंस लोग इसलिए नोटिस कर रहे हैं क्योंकि आई हैव गिवन वेरी बैड परफॉर्मेंस इन द इनिशियल ईयर्स ऑफ माई लाइफ विच आई एम वेरी अवेयर ऑफ. यूट्यूब पे अभी भी मैं दिखता हूँ तो मुझे किसी से शर्म नहीं है इस बात को एडमिट करने में. और उस वजह से मैं ये भी बोलता हूँ देयर इज़ नो ह्यूमिलिटी. मैं बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत करता हूँ. मैं रूम में सबसे ज़्यादा पागल हो जाता हूँ क्योंकि मुझे पता है इफ़ आई डोंट डू दैट मैं बहुत ही घटिया परफॉर्मेंस देने के काबिल हूँ. तो मैं इतनी ज़्यादा बैक स्टोरी लिख देता हूँ, इतना ज़्यादा फोकस हो जाता हूँ, इतना ज़्यादा डिसिप्लिन ले आता हूँ. ये सारा कुछ एक होता है इनेट क्वालिटीज़ होती है बाय बर्थ. ये सब लर्नड है और ये सब ओवर कॉम्पनसेशन है सो दैट लोगों को अच्छा माल मिले.
Rarely do you come across people that accept a very brutal truth of the world that we live in, that is Bollywood, that a lot of people want to see, and yet will carve their own way. And I think now the generation that is watching has a lot of respect for actors like you all. Earlier it was all about they never had a voice. Now they have a voice to be able to push actors like you all, to be able to push shows that you do, and it really gives a lot of confidence to every actor saying, "यार मुझे जो नहीं करना है वो नहीं करूँगा मैं." Because दूसरा काम भी आ जाएगा. In your case, when you start with such a big name, you got Rahman sir involved. It's not easy to always make sure that he'll go up there. He himself might not want to do something for a very, very long time again. Then does it become tougher? You're hard on yourself. You were discussing how you were getting into the skin of each character. Maybe every film शायद आपको इतना मौका नहीं देगी, इतना ज़्यादा अंदर घुसने के लिए. So are you okay with 75% also?
No, as Harsh and Nikita rightly said, it all depends on who is directing you. I feel like I'm the type of actor. I feel like you have to dissect your director's mind. Like, what is his vision? Is he thinking more about the edit? Is he more focused about the technical aspect? Is he more focused about performance? Because some directors you work with, they'll make you read the same scene for 3 hours. I worked with one director. There were 2 pages, and I've read that scene for 2 hours.
उनको पसंद नहीं आ रहा था या क्या?
No, because that's the backstory he was narrating to me, and so every director works differently.
Right.
So it's the actor's intellect, how he connects with the director, what director's mind is thinking, how he wants to perceive the film. So I would like to credit all the directors that I have worked with. As Harsh said, like we are pretty much able to give a very, very bad performance. I feel like director film में बाप होता है.
Correct.
आप जो सोच के आते हो, I know actors are very subjective to what they are playing, but आप जब director के पास जाते हो, he's always 10 steps ahead. I would say, like, I was watching the trailer of Dange and it almost touches reality, right? It's not a fantasy where people come in Mercedes and all of that. It almost touches like how college life should be. I asked sir, because somehow the ATV felt very unreal.
Which is what Harsh was using.
And I was like, why is he using an ATV? Itna real to bikes pe aa rahe log. So I texted sir. I said, sir, please, out of my curiosity, can you please tell me why Harsh has an ATV? And he's like, since I thought that he works at the beach track, he would always use an ATV. So these answers only director can tell.
But I think also he's with the film for a few years. Everyone else has few parts to play. When you walk in and you walk out, are you one of those actors that knows? But under you know. You've been in the industry for a while now. You know when you've done a decent job. And then when you see the W, you say, not bad. So I was always like that when I used to go see the work that I did. I say, yeah, this is looking okay.
Yeah.
And then when you see the whole thing, obviously it looks a little better.
Right.
But you still can't walk away fully satisfied.
Correct.
But in this film, when you're doing this also, because it's different.
Yeah.
It's a different world.
Yeah.
Were you happy?
Again, it's a very relative term.
No, but you
Was
should
I
know.
happy? No, the thing is that, as he rightly said, lots of times, I won't say about being happy or unhappy with what I was doing. I used to be a little lost. I used to be a little lost because, to be honest, when you watch the film also, you'll realize there are actually a lot of parallel tracks that are going around. So to keep a track of, and we don't shoot in linear, right?
Yeah, of course.
So sometimes with my graph, I would go to sir and he would say, do it this way. And I would just be a little confused. And I very clearly remember Harsh telling me at that time, because he'd figured that we are lost puppies over here. So he very
Don't
clearly,
question him.
No, he very clearly said, just have faith in Bijoy sir.
Yeah.
When you see it, you'll be very happy.
Yeah.
And that still echoes in my head whenever I watch the trailer, because I clearly remember him saying this and I'm like, this is exactly how I feel. I feel so good watching the trailer.
Yeah.
When I was dubbing for the film is also when I was feeling really good about it.
Yeah.
When I'm like, okay, this turned out good. Because at that time, and I am somebody who doesn't ask questions for no reason. Like, if at all he's telling me, no, do this way, if my questions are answered, I'm not going to ask him unnecessary stuff. I'm not going to go and revolt saying, no, but this should be like this. I'm not that person. Or give him suggestions, unnecessary suggestions. It's, sir, why don't you take that shot from there? I think, my angle will look better. There are a lot of actors who do that.
Yeah.
I am not one of those. I'm not even one of those who goes and checks my shots. So if he says okay, it is okay. That's the kind of faith I generally put in the director, as rightly
And I
said.
see very long careers here.
So,
for all three of you all.
So,
Thank you so
so
much.
I still can't say if I was happy or not, but this is the emotion in an gist that I've experienced.
It really does help when a person, I'll tell you something, respect of profession is so important in industry. अगर एक आदमी कोई काम कर रहा है, यार वो 20 साल से वो काम कर रहा है, तुम्हें 20 महीने हुए हैं YouTube पर सीखे हुए. Please don't question. This is a very important trait. You must surrender to the technician. That is his job. When a person is riding, it's like when you're riding a car or driving a car. अगर कोई तुम्हें बोलता नहीं यहाँ से लेफ्ट ले लो, बोलते यार रिलैक्स. तो ये भी दूसरी तरफ का रिएक्शन होता है जब एक्टर्स थोड़े एक्स्ट्रा नीडलिंग हो जाते हैं. एंड इट्स नॉट अबाउट वांटिंग टू बी अ परफेक्शनिस्ट. You do your job, they do their job, and it's a lovely little, what is that? Domino effect that will happen, and it's beautiful. So it looks good, guys. I'm really looking forward to this because I'm just looking forward to also the development of careers here. Yeah. Sometimes I hope, that everything falls into place. Luck plays a big role. I mean, you would never expected a Kabir Singh to do that much, and suddenly all that come in.
Not at all.
And suddenly you get really thing. Even with him, the first film, and then there was a gap, and then suddenly things happen. He's totally alag.
About the first film, I want to add, there's a story which you should know definitely. First film...
This is a quiz contest.
Yeah. No, I can't not share this with you. First film, I went to the office, Radhika Rao Venasapru.
That is Sanam Teri Kasam.
Sanam Teri Kasam. And I'm begging them, मुझे ऑडिशन कराना. उन्होंने कहा और मुझे कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर से पता चला कास्टिंग हो चुकी है.
अच्छा. And तुम नहीं थे उसमें?
मैं नहीं था. तो ऑब्वियसली मैं 4-5 महीने लेट था. मैं साउथ का काम खत्म कर रहा था. मैं उनसे बोल रहा हूँ कि सर प्लीज़ मेरा रेंडिशन देख लीजिए बिकॉज आई स्ट्रांगली फेल्ट कि दिस इज़ वेरी क्लोज टू माई फादर्स यंगर डेज दिस कैरेक्टर जो मैंने सुना था उनके बारे में बिकॉज ही वॉज नो मोर इन 2009. तो मैंने कहा कि दिस इज़ आई नो दिस गाय वेरी वेल. उन्होंने कहा क्या बातें कर रहे हैं बेटा जाओ. तो मैंने बहुत भीख मांगी. फाइनली उन्होंने किसी को बोला अपने एडी को ले लो यार इसका ऑडिशन. उन्होंने लिया देखा. उन्होंने वापस आए बोले फिर से करो. वो लिफ्ट वाला सीन था कि कपड़े उतारना बंद करो. and I did it again. They went again and they came back. They told me, बेटा वो जिसको हमने sign किया बगल वाले office में, he's sitting and reading the script.
Oops.
And he's working very hard. I got to know from the coordinator also. And then उन्होंने फिर वापस आए, फिर बोले कि they were like very emotionally overwhelmed and they were crying. They hugged me and they said कि बहुत कुछ हमें करना पड़ेगा changes, but we think we'll go with you. तो मैंने कहा sir, I really want to use the washroom. And I rushed to the other office. And there was the guy sitting there reading the script, and that is Ehan.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't see this coming.
Are you serious?
You didn't see this coming.
I wanted you to know this. And this guy, I have to tell you, this
Oh my God!
on the set of Dange, when I obviously you get to know who's doing. विजय सर ने जैसे ही मुझे बताया it's Ehan Bhat. वो कहते हैं जमीन सरक जाना.
Shit, man.
मेरी हालत खराब हो गई. अब मेरे को
Why you must have hated him for a long time.
मैं
man.
वही बता रहा हूँ. I'm coming there. So I went to Vijay sir and said कि sir, this is the background. मैं सेट पे पहुंचा, सीधा मैं इसके पास गया. ऐसे बात.
अच्छा, तब से लेकर अब तक कभी मुलाकात नहीं
कहाँ
हुई?
से होगी? बीच में एक बार एक और कोई एपिसोड है which he knows but I didn't know about it. Anyway, सेट पे पहुंचा and I spoke to him. This is where a human being's upbringing shows. The way he handled it so maturely.
Wow.
मुझे लगा था this is going to be a disaster. ठीक है, हमारे बीच में मूवी में टशन है और वो सब है, बट अगर वो बंदा वो गिव एंड टेक ही नहीं करेगा तो कहाँ से होगा? सो आई वेंट टू, मेरे पास था भी नहीं मैं क्या बोलने वाला हूँ. आई जस्ट वांट टू पुट माई सेल्फ देयर इन ब्लड एंड फ्लैश. दिस मैन जितना ही खूबसूरत दिखता है उससे कई ज़्यादा गुड लुकिंग इसका दिमाग है. इसने अपनी सारी जो इसके पेरेंट्स ने जो बना के यहाँ पे रखा है बॉम्बे में, आई गिव देम ऑल द क्रेडिट कि एक तो ऑब्वियसली इतना गुड लुकिंग बना दिया, ऊपर से इसको क्या नसीहत दी है. इसने मुझे इतना कंफर्टेबल फील कराया ना, दैट शोज हाउ बिग अ गाय ही इज. एंड ही सेड ही जस्ट मेड इट सो लाइट, यू नो, सो ब्रीजी. एंड देन वी गॉट टू परफॉर्म एंड इट वाज देन इन द एंड क्लाइमैक्स हम वी आर हिटिंग ईच अदर. तो मुझे इसने इसकी लात घूसे खाने में भी मुझे बहुत मजा आया.
Catharsis हो गया थोड़ा. What happened when you saw Saram Teri Kasam then?
No, I watched the first show in fact.
Huh?
So actually I was.
Yeah, how could you not be emotional when you're watching it? Yeah.
I was.
No, he's very honest about it.
I had just finished some studies and I got a call from these people and they called me to Mumbai, and without auditioning they kind of assured me that you're doing the part. And for 2 months I was continuously going through all the trainings of dancing and acting classes and everything. And after 2 months, like somehow the things were not working out. And I remember the first meeting, the first time I ever saw Harsh I was in this office, he was in this office. I was coming out, like my dreams are shattered and all that, and he was coming from this side. I saw a huge guy, like he was much bulkier that time. I saw like, I couldn't get a glimpse of him. Somehow I catched his face and I was like, oh, this is the guy they have cast. And I was like, एक सपने तोड़ के जा रहा है, एक सपने लेके जा रहा है. And then, but I remember even while we were parting, I was parting with directors. Like I remember Vinay sir had a little tear in his eyes because it was not that they didn't want me.
Correct.
Maybe I was
They
not.
loved him.
They loved me, but it was just that I was a boy from Kashmir who was indulged in his studies and didn't know how to act. You know, I had no training. I didn't know like whether I should pursue it professionally or not. I was just picked up and given an opportunity. It's like knocking at my door. And somehow then I came and then the whole story starts and how everything changed.
First day, first show देखा था तुमने?
First day, first show देखा था. And मैंने जब देखा था, I swear I was like, ऐसा मैं तो नहीं कर सकता था. Like the way he has done it, the way the people are following him on Instagram.
Dude, I would love to be on the set with you guys.
Going crazy for him. I wouldn't have done it like that. So he surpassed.
That's what you're saying now.
And also it's
the
like
good
it
thing
was
is,
given for him.
maybe एक अलग film बन जाती, but yeah, you're a big boy, yeah.
Big.
And I don't mean just by physical size also.
मैं सर ये भी ऐड करना चाहूँगा, इसने उसके बाद दूसरी फिल्म की, वो भी मुझे मिलने वाली थी. सर मुझे हसीन दिलरुबा के कास्टिंग के लिए बुलाया. And that guy wanted me to just remember the lines and do it there only. And it's somehow hard because we need time to prep. And then after 4 hours he said, नहीं आप जाओ अब. You know? And I'm like, ये भी ले लिया. दंगे में जो सर मुझे चांस मिला है ना, वो परफॉर्मेंस
तो अच्छा
वो
हुआ
सब उसी में डाला
Did you see
मैंने।
the frown on Ehan's face on the poster?
वो सर मैं
So
कैरेक्टर को
proud
नहीं देख
ऐसे
रहा
ही नहीं आया
हूँ
है।
सर, वो मेरा पर्सनल गुस्सा है।
ओ नेक्स्ट लेवल
So ये आपके ऑडियंस
अच्छा वो एक साथ है, ये नहीं कि इसके रिप्लेसमेंट के लिए बुला
ये भी
लिया।
कर लेता मैंने।
ये आपके ऑडियंस के लिए पिक्चर जब आप देखोगे तो जो हमारे बीच में जो अंडर करंट है,
हमारे बीच में नहीं, इसका तेरे लिए। तुमने तो
नहीं
ले
नहीं
लिया
नहीं
इसका।
नहीं नहीं वो भी आप देखोगे,
वाह यार।
वो भी आप देखोगे। एक चीज है जो मैं बोलना नहीं चाहता, वो आप
वो हम ऑफ कैमरा बात करेंगे, but thank you guys for joining me. This is one of those interviews I have carried on for long because there's real emotion flowing. This has never happened before.
never.
Wow.
You will hear. I mean, if you go back into time, the last time something like this publicly was happening was Amir and Shah Rukh.
Wow.
Whatever Amir Khan left, Shah Rukh said, "I'll do it." And there was Dar, and there was Bazigar, and then there was a Coke commercial, and there was all that. Yeah, maybe 20 years down the line, yeah, we've got age on our side, it'll work.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.